Hey everyone, Sam here. As you can probably tell, I've been MIA for quite a while now, and you can probably tell by my background there's a reason for that. I've moved house, so there's been a massive delay on not only just videos but also stuff like streaming. It's been a real hassle, but I'm starting to settle a bit and hopefully I can catch up a bit on the videos. And today, it seems pretty mental with the update I've just seen. Alright, so let's get into this. It was posted on the 4th of October, and it's currently, what, the 16th? So, I'm a little late on that as well, but ignore that. So, let's get into it. PvP updates. Gen 9-2, is that the second lot of Gen 9, because it's the DLC? Yeah, I assume it is. And reverse nerfs. I love this term, reverse nerfs. Isn't a reverse nerf just a buff? Why do they call it reverse nerfs? Well, I guess getting onto it, just having a little sneak peek, they're reversing nerfs they done, so it kind of makes sense to this. Okay, that's irrelevant anyway, let's get into it. Hello everyone. The next in-game update will feature a wide list of changes for PvP players. This will include a general balancing patch for move pools for some species and letting things nerfed in the past come back with their real power to us. That is quite exciting. From the sneak peeks, HeartGold Draco. Oh, it's going to be interesting. I can't wait for it. So yep, Generation 2 Teal Mask, yep. Or Generation 9-2. With the introduction of Gen 9-2 Teal Mask DLC, move pools and abilities for some species have been updated in some way or another. So we have the pleasure to announce that this new stuff will reach our PvP scene with the next in-game update. The changes are important and will impact in our metagame, so we have taken note of the most significant ones. About abilities. Piplup line, so Empoleon. Second ability is now competitive. If I am honest, I can't remember what his second ability normally was. I know it gets Torrents as starter. Was it like Defiant? It might have been Defiant. I want to say Defiant, but I could be wrong. Competitive. I believe that makes it so if you're like intimidated or you get loaded in one stage, you get plus special attack. Because that's what Milotic has, isn't it? Competitive. I think that's it. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But if so, that's going to make things like Scold a massive pain. Because Empoleon's already like a massive wall. If you put it in against something that you think is going to come in with Intimidate, or you try and hardwall it and it lowers the stat for you, then you're just getting +1 special attack. And what that means is you've got better Scolds, and it was running Scold anyway. So why would you not run this on Empoleon now? It just makes Empoleon stronger, I think, and to be completely honest, I hate battling Empoleon, so this isn't a fun one for me, but as Empoleon is so popular, I know some people will quite like it. This one, I'm excited for, because I personally haven't played the Teal Mask DLC for Scarlet and Violet, and I've really been wanting to try this out. Shiftry. Not any good, Grass Dark, Trashmon Shiftry. Second ability is now Wind Rider. Effect. When a Pokemon with Wind Rider is hit by a wind move, or when Tailwind takes effect, its attack is increased by 1 stage, and the move will have no effect on that Pokemon. That's really good, because it means it's now immune to Hurricane, which completely destroyed it before. It's just immune, and it gets an attack +1 if someone uses Hurricane against it. Also, you just put Tailwind in, it's got double speed and +1 attack. That's insane. That's just like instant setup for Shiftry. And because Shiftry is so trash, I can't wait to start using this, because it actually gives viability to a mon that was complete rubbish beforehand. And I absolutely love stuff like this. The thing with Empoleon is it's already strong, so it's just going to make a strong mon stronger. It's not necessarily what I think of as quite fun. But with Shiftry, no one's using Shiftry. And now it might be somewhat usable. That's what I think is fun. Bringing trash mons to somewhat decent. I haven't looked at this whatsoever. And because I've not played the DLC, I don't know about any of this. Okay, just having a little look through. Orvsphere and Infernape, that's quite good for mixed sets. Or even just special sets, to be honest. It gives us a fighting... Is it base 80 move that can't miss? That's really good. Baton Pass on Ninetales will be big, and Shaman. Weavile, I don't think will use Baton Pass, because it doesn't really tend to use stuff like Sub or, I don't know, Setup. I guess it can use Swords Dance and Baton Pass, but I don't know why you would. You would have to get rid of, like, some coverage or one of your stabs or priority, and you want all of that in Weavile. You don't really want to give it up for Baton Pass. But Ninetales setting up Sub, Nasty Plot, Shaman, fucking doing what Shaman does, just sits there like a wall, can set up, just set up sub, yeah. That's going to be painful, especially on Shaman, to be honest. It's just going to basically set someone else up, which is going to be interesting. Tropius Carmine, I don't think this will do anything for Tropius's viability, which is complete trash, but it sounds like it might be a bit fun. Gligar gets Crabhammer? What? Isn't Gligar like a scorpion? What? I mean, that's cool. That's cool coverage. Just like, was it base 100? Base 100 high crit ratio, I think, for Crabhammer. That sounds like fun, but I don't know why Gligar would get it. Otherwise, he's got pincers, but I was going to say, does that mean Gliscor gets it? But of course he does, because you can just get it as Gligar and then evolve it. Okay, so Wheezing Gunk Shot, that's just cool physical coverage. Does Wheezing use physical? Oh, he uses Explosion. So now you can invest in attack for Explosion and then have Gunk Shot just in case. That's kind of cool, I guess. Healing Wish on Ninetales. I don't think this will get used too much, to be honest. I mean, it's cool. Does anything really use Healing Wish? Isn't it like... What uses Healing Wish? Is it like Clefairy, Clefable, that kind of thing? But you sack your Mon to heal something else. I think Blissey gets Healing Wish as well, but I don't see it that often. Heat Crash, I think that's based off weight, because I remember Emble using it. So I don't think it'll be used too much by Arcanine, because you've got Flare Blitz and stuff, but at least you've not got Recoil on that. Leech Life, that's good recovery for Arbok, to be honest. You got Bug, so... Because Arbok's weak to Psychic, it now has a counter to that, but Arbok's also quite slow, so you'd want it to be... It doesn't have setup for speed, does it? No, so you'd have to run Scarf. Yeah, that could kind of work, I guess. It's got more coverage. I mean, I can't think of what's in the NU tier at the moment, because I missed October's update, and it moved everything around as well. So I meant to do a video on that, but I kind of missed the opportunity. Clefable Nightshade, this is actually quite good. Does Clefable get Seismic Toss? If no, that's really good, because now you can kind of use Clefable in the same sense as Chansey and Blissey, of which I will hate, because I hate Stall. But that's quite usable, in a sense. Torterra Rock Blast. This... Does that matter? Does that matter at all? Kind of. If you've got a multi-hit move, you can get through sub and stuff now, but again, Torterra's so slow. Torterra, I see... Oh, it does this! Oh, I thought it was separate. As it was separate, I thought it wasn't Torterra. Okay, Shell Smash, Torterra, Rock Blast. Yes! I want to use this. Oh, what's Torterra's speed tier? Oh, where's his speed tier? One sec. Torterra... Speed. So, if we... So, Torterra's speed tier is 56. Rubbish Shell Smash. Have I used a slower Shell Smasher? No, Blastoise is faster, I believe. Blastoise? How do I spell Blastoise? Blastoise. Oh, I put Blastoise like an idiot. Blastoise. Yeah, 78, he's much faster. Caracosta, I think is a bit slower, but I never used Caracosta, because I think he's too slow for Shell Smash. I'm not sure how viable this will make Torterra, but it sounds like a bit of fun. I might try it. That sounds like good fun, you know. Shell Smash Torterra. Okay, Shell Smash and Rock Blast. Okay, I'm quite excited for that. I'm not exactly sure how well it's going to play off though. I just love Shell Smash as a move, so I'll be happy with that. Switcheroo Infernape. You could use this for like Scarf, I guess. Scarf on a wall. That might actually be pretty viable, to be honest. That sounds pretty good. Gligar Spikes, that's cool, it's just more set up on a physical wall, it's just pretty good. Just generally quite nice to have Spike set up. Toxic Spike, Cacturn's trash, Shiftery... It's still trash. And the buff it's got in Windrider, I don't think will make much of a difference for Toxic... Oh, actually, you could run... Oh, this would only work in doubles. I was thinking of like having a Mon with Tailwind to set up Tailwind while Shiftry sets up Toxic Spikes. But then you're only going to get one stage of Toxic Spikes. You don't really do that in doubles. You just want to use Stealth Rock or something. If that, you don't really always do that in doubles, but... I don't know. I don't think anything except Gligar really gets much of a benefit here. Oh, I'm lying. Everyone gets a benefit from Toxic Spikes, but Gligar is the only one that can really use it, to be honest. Thunderfire, Ice Fang, Gligar, that's actually really good. That's really nice coverage for Gligar now. Tailwind, Shaman. Shut up. Why? Why does Shaman need any more buffs? Now Shaman's got Tailwind. Okay. This is going to be interesting. This... I wonder how much Shaman gets used in doubles. I don't actually know, to be honest. Surely its viability must be going up in doubles. Tailwind Shaman. What else did it get? Did it got Baton Plus as well, yeah. I don't know how that would work with Tailwind, to be honest. I don't know why you'd have them both. But it's already quite bulky, isn't it? And now it's just faster. And it just increases the benefit of the whole team by increasing its speed, which is insane. Shiftry Will-O-Wisp, that's really good. I'm getting ahead of myself, okay. That's... It's one of those... It's like the Empoleon buff. It's just making a strong one even stronger. Vacuum Wave. Priority Fighting. Ooh! Ooh, Shiftry! Okay, I'm really hoping Shiftry's somewhat viable now. He's gotten so many buffs, I'm liking this. Empoleon Vacuum Wave. Does that matter? Vacuum Wave is special. And as he's going to be getting +1 in special attack. But it's not stab. I'm not sure if this will get used over Aqua Jet. I want to say yes, as it's special. And it goes more of Empoleon. And it increases the coverage. Yeah, because he's always going to be running Scald anyway. Yeah? Yeah, I'm going to say this is going to get used on Empoleon. I'm surprised Empoleon gets it. Gardevoir getting it, Golduck getting it, Mienshao getting it. Oh, that sucks for Mienshao. No, that's really good for Mienshao, but that sucks because I always play against Mienshao, and I love the fact that once it's used Fake Out, I know it doesn't really have much priority other than... Does it get Muck Punch? I think it might get Muck Punch. Where's my brain gone numb? I haven't played PvP in like a week, and I can't remember if Mienshao gets Muck Punch or not. Am I dumb? Gardevoir... That's cool. Gardevoir's not really useful at all, and Golduck... Does Golduck get used on rain teams at all? Maybe in the lower tiers. It definitely doesn't know you. I know people who've used it as like a niche for Cloud9 to get rid of rain. And of course you've got Shiftry at the end. I'm actually really hoping that Shiftry is actually somewhat useful now, because he's getting a lot of buffs and seems like quite a bit of fun, to be honest. Toxic Spikes, Vacuum Wave, Weather Ball. Okay. Oh, but Weather Ball's special. Could run mixed. Wind Rider. Okay, I really want to try out Shiftry at some point. I might actually make a video on using Shiftry once it's all implemented. I don't know when this update comes out, to be honest. But yeah, that's Vacuum Wave. Weather Ball. Altaria... Does Altaria get used? Doesn't Altaria have Cloud9? I know it gets another one, like, not Serene Grace, something that protects it from status or some bollocks like that. But I don't know why you'd use Altaria, to be honest. Dragonite. Would you ever use this on Dragonite? Sun Team Dragonite? Rain Team Dragonite? I don't know, I'm interested to see how this goes. Empoleon, that... Oh, it's just... Stop buffing Empoleon! Empoleon doesn't need any more buffs. He doesn't need Vacuum Wave, he doesn't need Weather Ball. If you use Empoleon in Rain and he's got Weather Ball, then... He's got priority now as well. And he couldn't be bulkier. Okay, this... I really want to see how well Empoleon starts doing, because it's already very, very good, and I don't want it to be any better, but it's definitely going to be. Lilligant gets Weather Ball, that's kind of cool. Lilligant is quite niche in itself. It's literally only ever used on Sun teams. It's got Chlorophyll. Is it Chlorophyll? The ability that makes it so you double your speed in Sun. And then he just spams moves like that. So he's now got fire coverage, which is really nice. Base 100 with Sun up. I think it's base 50 without. And then Shiftry, with its ability, I'm not sure how that really works, because it's supposed to be getting plus attack. And Weather Ball is special, but I guess mixed, or just the off random Weather Ball. Why not? Bit of fun. In the Sun, I guess you don't really need to run Shiftry on Sun teams, because Tailwind makes it so he gets double speed anyway. Unless you want like quad speed and then never get outsped by anything ever, which would be pretty funny. But then again, you could just run him in Sun to get double speed, and then Wind Rider anyway, so he's immune to Hurricane. And then switch him in on Hurricane users, get +1 attack, have double speed from Sun. And then go to town, and if you're mixed, you can use Weather Ball. There seems to be a lot of, like, versatility in Shiftry now. Like, where does all this come from? Why is Shiftry getting all this love? I don't know, but I quite like it. Shiftry also gets Will-O-Wisp, which is really good to get rid of those physical attacks. Well, not get rid of them, but, like, cripple them the rest of the game. Haze and Empoleon. Really? Why? Why? Does Empoleon need anything else? No! Why? Empoleon's going to be so strong in a defensive way that I hate. You can't set up against Empoleon. Let's say I was shell smashing on Cloyster, because I love doing that. I think I do neutral damage to Empoleon with Rock Blast? No, I think he's resisted because he's part steel. So let's say I'm doing that. I'm already resisted. He can then burn me with Scald. He can now haze me to get rid of my Shell Smash. If I'm running Blastoise Shell Smash, I know it doesn't matter, just Shell Smashes. That's a very, like, personal moveset I'm running. But you can't set up at all against Empoleon now, unless you, like, overkill it. What's the common setup? Tyranitar, Dragon Dance, Dragonite, Dragon Dance. I can only think of Dragon Dances at the second. But either way, Empoleon's going to live one hit. And then he just hazes you away, and then you're dead. And he's got priority. Well, this won't be very good against Dragonite, but that's perfect against Tyranitar. 4 times weak, Tyranitar is fighting. So that's actually really good for Empoleon now I think about it. Piloswine, that's probably good, because Piloswine's... I can't remember what tier Piloswine is. Is it NU or UU? I want to say NU. But either way, it's good, because it means you can't set up against Piloswine that well now. Ludicolo. I don't think Ludicolo is really going to use this, to be honest, because you only use Ludicolo on rain teams because of Swift Swim, and he's got nice grass coverage and grass stab. He's obviously got stuff like Ice Beam. He's got Scald as well, Hydro Pump, that kind of thing. But yeah. This is quite interesting, these moves, especially for Shiftry. Okay. This is where it gets quite fun. Because reverse nerfs. Number 1, Hydreigon. Draco Meteor. Back to the end of 2020, Draco Meteor was removed from Hydreigon because of those times. Because of those times? What does that even mean? Because of those times. Draco Meteor was removed from Hydreigon because of those times. Because what? This sentence doesn't make sense. What do you mean? What about those times made it so you had to remove it? Anyway, back to the end of 2020, Draco Meteor was removed from Hydreigon because of those times. This nerf was required for the reintroduction of the Pokemon from Ubers to OU. Oh, so basically it was too strong. Unsurprisingly enough. As established in our tiering policy, if significant changes to the metagame have been implemented, these changes can be reversed through a suspect test if deemed appropriate by the tier council. So basically, the tier council are basically the gods of PokeMMO PvP, and they make all the decisions. And they've decided that it's time to bring Draco Meteor or Hydreigon back for a suspect test. So they're kind of like, is he going to be broken, is he not? So they're kind of like testing the waters. That being said, the tier council believes that this move can be tested and reintroduced to the game, as there have been many significant changes, including important mechanics / items like Assault Gear, and hidden abilities that have been added to the game since it was banned. This is basically saying there's been power creep with Assault Gear and hidden abilities, so it's not as strong as it once was, even though it's still going to be strong. We hope you can cooperate. Cooperate? Isn't it cooperate? Or collaborate? Cooperate. Cooperate. Isn't it supposed to be a P? This is like a mixture between cooperate and collaborate. Unless it's just me being an idiot, which is probably the case. We hope you can help to cooperate this decision to reintroduce it into our metagame. Enjoy it. So Hydreigon now gets Draco Meteor, which is going to be insane. It's going to be one of those moves that miss quite a bit, but once it hits, you're surviving that. Most people aren't surviving that, especially after a nasty play. It's going to be insane. So I'm very excited to see how this goes. If you wanted to basically look about why it was banned, you can go into here, but we don't need to read a forum post from 3 years ago now. Moving on to Glade. Sharpness 1.4. I believe the current multiplier is 1.3. So it's only been nerfed by like, what, 20%? Oh, not 20%, but 0.2 of what it was. Glade has been one of the most centralizing topics in the OU metagame in our community in the last months. As we know, the introduction of the new ability Sharpness gave it a high scale increase in usage and utility, which culminated in the conclusion that it was too strong for our current metagame. The Pokemon has been nerfed to be reintroduced from Ubers to OU, making its ability have been reduced in damage from 1.5 times to 1.3 times multiplier, to make it easier to control the threat that this Pokemon causes. After a month of review on this mon and its nerf, most of the tier council members have come to the conclusion that this nerf massively affected Glade, which has restricted its use abysmally 18% usage to 5 to 6%. That is a massive drop off from dominating the tier to being like a second thought per se, which is pretty mad. And the goal of the nerf is to weaken the species as little as possible. So basically they didn't want to nerf it to the ground, but it was too strong to be used, so they had to do something about it. Therefore, given the current usage Glade has in OU, we would like to trial a rework on Sharpness buffed to 1.4 during its testing phase. And then there's the basically the same as HeartGold, the forum post that will tell you why it was nerfed and kind of like a discussion about it. So it's not actually that different. 1.5 times to 1.3 times? That doesn't sound like a lot to me. But to have like a, what, 12% usage difference? So if we go by the usage, you would kind of expect the 1.4 to have like 10 to 12% usage, I guess, if you're going on the difference between the nerfs. But I'm not sure, because like 0.1 doesn't really sound like a lot, but I guess when you put it all together, it kind of is. This overview is about the most important things that will be added for PvP balance in the next update. Remember that this is a confirmation of the new changes that they have not yet been implemented in-game at the time of this announcement. We hope you like them. Well, for the majority, I like a lot of them. For Empoleon, I don't like them. Empoleon did not need buffing in any way, shape or form, and now is even stronger than it was before. Like, what? I don't think that was needed, to be completely honest. But I honestly can't wait for this to come out. I really want to definitely try out Shiftry. I definitely want to make some kind of video about trying Shiftry, just to test out its kind of viability. And I don't really know, maybe Gligar with Crabhammer, the Fangs, he gets, what, Toxic Spikes and stuff. That sounds like quite a bit of fun, to be honest. And then you've obviously got Glade getting another buff. Oh, was it a reverse nerf? Yeah, reverse nerf as well as HeartGold. HeartGold's going to be a lot of fun. I want to try that as well. See if I can get Tailwind, Draco Meteor, HeartGold, and Shiftry in the same team together. That'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, well, even though I'm late, I thought I'd try and speak about this, give my opinions on some things, and I'm very interested to see what you guys think, because I've been kind of out of PokeMMO for like a good week or two, just trying to sort IRL stuff at the moment, so getting back into it to be completely overwhelmed with so many different things happening. I'm very excited to get back into PvP, and I cannot wait to play some games. Let me know what you think, and I'll speak to you all again very, very soon. Bye-bye!